Ultimately, if they see it as overall ways of improving what they do and the services they deliver to young people, then I think that's probably what it means to me and what it means to most of the youth groups on the ground.
So quality is about process, it's about practice, it's about what you do and doing it in a way that's of a good standard. And if you do the right things in the right way, then you bring about a difference for communities and individuals.
For me, it means being a reflective practitioner. It means trying to ensure that we're being a needs-led provision rather than a resource-led or whatever-led provision.
I think quality and continuous improvement has always mattered to us, but I think it matters particularly just now because of the climate that we're in, of having to evidence that we're making a difference.
It helps to ensure that what your organisation and you as practitioners provide is relevant and of use.
It's about making sure that there are processes that are built in for continually assessing very robustly the needs that are out there, the potential for affecting change, to make sure that you're using your resources and targeting your resources as wisely as possible and with as much benefit to service users and communities as possible.
I think quality and continuous improvement, if you asked your average service user or someone who's obviously engaging with the services what it looks like, to them it means just getting a good service, a good quality service that can change, that can develop over time, that's responsive to their needs. And it's got kind of quality people there, folk who are competent to do their jobs and can actually deliver what needs to be delivered.
I think a good quality service is one that is responsive and meets the needs of the people who are using the service, so listens to them and provides it in a way that they want it to be delivered, and I think CLD have got that in spades.
I think if you ask what does quality and continuous improvement look like, I think quite simply it looks like good practice, and I think across Scotland there are many different examples of good practice, whether it's working with communities or working with young people or certainly working with adults. And if we think about it in those broad terms, then we are certainly, it would be helpful for us to share those examples of good practice, learn from it, and hopefully take that on board so that we can improve what we do.
What helps is to have a supportive management structure, I guess, in place that not only allows that to happen, but more than that, it facilitates it and enables that to happen in a meaningful way.
Yeah, we talk quite a lot about peer support, I suppose, networks, and we talked about having students in our organisations, and the people coming in and having a critical view on what you do and how you work is actually very important, and that we probably could do more about trying to encourage that kind of external focus. Having to explain what we do to people who maybe don't understand it is quite important in kind of holding yourself to account and actually thinking clearly about what you're doing. So I think we need to encourage networks and exchanges probably more than we do at the moment, just to give people that chance to reflect with each other and be critical to each other in a kind of supportive atmosphere if possible.
I think it's also important to have a really strong sense of purpose collectively within an organisation. It would be difficult to affect continuous improvement if everyone's going off in different directions. So it's important to kind of plan collectively and evaluate collectively and have a really strong sense of what it is you're trying to achieve as a team or as an organisation.